Welcome back. So the next thing we want to do is we want to create our triangle feature. So we have 8 triangles that we need to create and later on cut from our part. And we'll learn how to do this in this video. So first, let's come over here to our drawing and let's look at our triangle. As you can see, there's 8 of them, but for now we're going to draw one of them and then we'll use an Xform rotate feature to create the rest of them. First, let's look at the location of our triangle and then the features of our triangle. So first, you need to start somewhere. So first, you're going to notice that the tip of this triangle is a 1/2 inch away from the center as our drawing mentions. And then we can see that the triangle is 1.25 inch up and 1 inch across. All right, and then last but not least, you're going to notice that it has a radius of 100 thou or 0.1. That's on 3 different corners. So let's go ahead and create that. Now, before we do that, we're going to actually have to switch our view. So remember we created our front, we created everything here on our front view. We need to switch that to the top view. Now by clicking on the top view over here, you're going to notice that the origin is actually at the bottom over here. You're going to see that the origin is at the bottom. So if you create your geometry there, it's going to remain at the bottom. So we actually need to move that 1.25 inches up. That's going to be the top of our part. So make sure this is on 2D. And move this 1.25 up and hit enter, and you'll see that your origin now is on top. So everything that you create will be on this plane right here on top. All right, so the second thing we need to do is come over here under levels and create a 3rd level, and let's call it triangle geometry. And hit OK. And we're going to switch some things a little bit. So first we're going to change the color of the wireframe to red. It'll be a little bit nice and visible because we have yellow as our background over here for the part. And then we'll also change the line width to make it thicker. So you won't see this on your screen. It's actually going to open up to the bottom of my recording, but we'll make it a little bit thicker as you can see right now. Okay. So now that you're set right there, let's go ahead and start by placing this on our top view and creating our first triangle. So go ahead and select your line. And I'm going to draw first a line from here to the top over here. That's going to be 1/2 inch, so 0.5. Hit apply, and now we can start creating the triangle geometry. So first, I'm going to draw a line from here to the top. That's going to be 1.25. Hit apply, and then I'm going to draw another line from here to here. That's only 0.5. And the reason I did that because now I have an endpoint to snap onto, and I can create a line. Hit apply to accept it, and I can create a line from here to the other side that is 1 inch in length. There you go. Hit apply, and last but not least, we're going to actually connect this endpoint to this one right here, and then this endpoint to this one right here. Hit apply and OK. And now we have a few things to delete. So first, delete this one, select it and hit the delete button. Select this one, hit the delete button, and then there's also one over here on the right side because remember we created one from here to here before we created one from here to here. So come over here until you see the dashed line only to the right side, select it, it will become yellow and delete it. So now you should have 3 little geometries. Okay, so now that you're done with that, press escape real quick, and we need to create our fillets for the 3 corners that are 0.1. So come over here under fillet entities, select this radius, and this radius, and that's it. Select apply and OK. Now if I rotate my part, you're going to notice that my geometry is floating. It's nice and red, visible because we have our background of the part is yellow, and I'm going to place it back to the top view so I can create the copies of that geometry right here 8 times to go so we can have 8 little triangles. All right, so let's come over here to the Xform rotate feature, select it, and it will ask you select entities to rotate. Now if you hold the shift button and select this, it will select that entire chain. Now you don't want to select each of the corners. You'll either have to select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, but if you hold shift and select the geometry, it selects all of them for you and hit enter to accept that. Now you can either do a copy, move, or join. For this one, we're going to do copy because we're copying this one. And what you will see is that the more you add, you're going to get previews over here, but we don't have any geometry, any angles set up. Now, if you open up your calculator and you divide 360 degrees for the entire circle by 8, because we have 8 triangles, you're going to get 45 degrees. So I'm going to exit out of this. So type in over here 45 degrees, hit enter, and the more number you increase over here, you're going to see a preview of all the triangles. So what you want to do is you want to make sure to click 7 over here, type in 7, not 8. If you do 8, it will place 1 over that last triangle over here, and you'll have 2 overlapping geometries. So you don't want to do that. You're copying basically this geometry 7 times, and that's why you're getting 7 of those geometries extra. All right, select OK to accept that, and clear colors so they all show up in the colors that you want. And there you go. Right now, we've just created the geometries for the triangle. So in our next session, we'll start by learning some new features in MASTERCAM.